listen, look, Omar and I, like I said, we got a comedy crush going on. We don't know each other that well. We're gonna like learn about each other. This is a little bit of an arranged marriage. It's a little bit of an arranged situation here. So we're gonna discover each other throughout this. And I thought a good way to do it was to go ahead and check in with the 7 sacred chakras.
Perfect.
You guys. You hear that sound?
Ooh.
That means we're checking in with the first chakra, I think is what that means, because that's the first time I heard it. The first chakra is the base chakra, okay? So it's your Muladhara chakra. It's the root. It's at the root. It's it's kind of positioned in the taint area, physically.
If you pull up a chart, you would see that's where it is.
It's square in the taint, so... if you're wondering who discovered the taint, it's ancient rishis from the Vedas. They were the first ones to call it out, I think. So,
many uncles have like that's a point of pride of just like, who discovered this?
You know who discovered the taint, bida? Are you aware who discovered the taint, bida?
Like, please, this is a child's third birthday. Like, you cannot have this conversation out loud at this volume.
Rajesh, uncle, we cannot, please. Not again. Oh man, did you have the uncle, by the way, that like totally? I mean, actually, we had like a no drinking policy. We're Gujarati. It's a dry state.
Yes, right.
It was like, drinking was like not a thing. But then there was always the red faced kind of alcoholic uncle that would just sort of sneak in some booze. And then there's like, for me at least, he was like the fun uncle.
Right.
And then you find out later, oh, he's the alcoholic uncle. Like you didn't realize it until you were like 14 or whatever.
Yeah. But I did. Styrofoam cups. That's how I found out later. I was just like, man, my like family is so pious. And then later I was like, oh, it's gin and tonic. Oh.
That's it. Yeah. We had the uncle that would like, we go to weddings and some of the weddings were dry.
Right.
I know this is like sacrilege out here, and I get it. If my non-Indian friends invites me to a dry wedding, I'm like, I got a thing. but
I got to rewatch Mad Men that night. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, but if an Indian does, then. But I remember specifically the uncle that I'm thinking of. I'm not going to call him out here, but we were at a wedding and he was there, and he would sneak off to a neighboring wedding to go then fill his coffers.
Wait, what?
Yeah, like he like made friends with like the neighbor. Like he's super gregarious, so like made friends with like a wedding that was happening, on the other side of the hotel or whatever, and started getting all this booze. It's pretty great. So it's just it's funny when uncles act like teenagers to me. Like that cracks me up.
100%.
Okay, let's get to that root chakra.
Okay, let's do it.
Check in with it together. Listen, it's the root of ambition.
Mm-hmm.
It's a center of ambition. So I'm curious, what is your sort of relationship to ambition? Is there anything you're feeling particularly ambitious about?
I have a very uncomplicated relationship with ambition. In that it's unhealthy. It's not like, a double-edged sword. It's just it's a blunt hammer is the way that I would put it. Because I'll be ambitious about something and I'll either get in over my head and then be like, because I set a really high goal and then I'll be like, I can't do this. And then I'll get stressed out. Or I will do it and I'll be like, oh, so that was doable. Why wasn't I doing it before? So I'm now getting into a place where I'm just like, I'll go like a thing will become like a behavior where I'm just like, instead of being like, I'm going to read this many books, I'm like, I should just read in general. I should just be someone who reads books. And that's my ambition, is like, I should just be a person.
That's your current ambition right now, is to try to read more books? Is that
one of a few? But like, I will get into a thing like right now. Just today, 6 days late, mark it. You can see it on the calendar. I was like, it's NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month. Let's do it. Let's write a book.
Yeah. We're gonna write a book.
I'm gonna write a book. I'll say this.
Jumping in with NaNoWriMo.
I'll say this.
Okay, awesome.
I have written a book before.
Okay, all right. It's not your first time.
But so this
we're
is
not going to be that impressed then.
But the second time is like a second day of working out is always the one where you're like, oh God, Like, what am I
no.
doing? So
Right.
we're going to see what happens. And last time was a best case scenario for writing a book. I had people like who were reading it weekly along with me and like talking about it. This is just going to be me stressing in my room and pacing. So we'll see what happens.
You're holding yourself. Well, we can help you hold yourself accountable. We can hold you accountable here on this podcast.
This is a check-in.
And say, and look, every time we hit this, we'll go like, "How's that book coming, bro?" And just sort of gently peer pressure you and peer guilt you into making it happen. That's really exciting. Do you know? Yeah, humble brag. Seriously, clever foodie. But do you know what like the book is going to be about? Do you have a subject? I mean, you don't have to say anything.
Yes, yeah. It's a horror. It's a horror book. I was coming off the Halloween train, and I was like, let's keep the scary stuff going.
Are you a big horror guy? You come across as very like delightfully sweet and kind. Like, do you have this dark side? Like,
Here's the thing:
bowels of your brain were.
Actually, I'm Clive Barker. Secretly underneath this veneer is exactly what you'd expect. So to give you an idea of what horror I'm talking about, the book it's kind of similar to like It, where like something is happening in this town every couple years. But the main character is like, hey, we should stop it. Like, if this happens, it's not a killer clown, but let's say it is like the plot of it. It's like, hey, this clown pops up a lot and then people do bad things. Let's find this clown and hold this clown accountable. So it's still a lot of horror elements, but they are like, let's solve the problem. And it will not end in a way where it's just like, and then the box opens and another scary thing. Like, we'll solve it. We'll close it out and we'll be like, now the town can return to doing things properly.
Got it. Oh, so you just give away the ending. So spoiler alert, everything works out in the end, basically. Do they take him to court? Do they? I just like the idea of holding the clown from it accountable is like, you know what? Innocent until proven guilty, frankly. And so I think he should have due process.
Everything floats down here. But up here, pal, up here in the American judicial system, not everything floats.
Then then I would be excited about like, who's the lawyer that defends Pennywise? It's like a used car salesman type of lawyer that's like, this is my last one. It's my cousin Vinny, but with the clown from It. Yeah. And that's so great. I would watch the shit out of that. So your book is It Meets Scooby-Doo, says Inner Phoenix?
That's a good way to put it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you said like a story about a petition drive.
The greatest horrors in the world.
that is a great horror. Okay, well, I guess I'll talk to you about my ambition a little bit, which I think is a little bit, for me, it is a double-edged sword. Well, I've always viewed it as this like really good thing. Growing up, I have like an older brother. I still have an older brother who is, he is like CEO dude. Like, holy smokes. He's super driven. He's awesome. He was like reading Time magazine. He was 12. He was like Alex P. Keaton, kind of on crack kind of thing. And so I think I just always wanted. I was always told that I was the best by my family. Like, you're the golden boy, you're gonna, crush it and all this stuff. And then I had this sort of like unchecked ambition about like, I gotta achieve, I gotta be the top, in my class, that kind of a thing. And I think now, as I'm a little bit older and have not been the best, it turns out, at everything I do, that I'm like sort of checking in with like, hey, you know what? A lot of that, it's starting to make the things that I have accomplished or the things that I do enjoy like less enjoyable, because it's like not like the best thing in the world or whatever, and so that's like, it's taking away from the joy of the process. So I'm really trying to like quell or quiet this ambition beast inside my body. So in general, like, even though we're doing Desi Quest and I have great ambitions for that show, which, by the way, is going to be an all South Asian TTRPG actual play. So it's a Dungeons and Dragons show with just an incredible cast, and Jasmine Buller is our DM. We're so excited about that. In part while we're doing the show, so we can keep talking about it up until when we actually do the show. So I have great ambitions for the show, but I'm really trying to just go like, okay, ambition monster, like, totally like be in the car with me, but like don't take the wheel kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And give me the advice, keep us like moving, keep the engine going, make sure we have fuel and all that stuff. But like, I don't need you to like completely take over, is sort of how I'm trying to treat my ambition. Does that make sense?
I love that. I love that of like, this is the gas in the tank, but don't like, I'm still kind of guiding around what else is going on in my life, what makes me happy, what I'm interested in.
Yeah. Because if I let it take over, it's just like, it'll just like, you know, put its hands like its mitts over my eyes while I'm driving. And it's like, I got this, bitch. And then like, you know, and like, what are you steering us? And it's like steering with its wheels from behind, or its feet from behind. Okay, anyway, whatever. I have a visual
and the feet are wheels.
Sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, like its feet are like coming from behind the driver's seat, wrapped around me, and it's steering with its feet, and its hands are like covering my eyes. Does that make sense now? Okay,
yes.
Great. That's what I was seeing in my brain. And okay, anyway,
you've described that's a horrible demon, just so you know. What you've described is a horrible demon.
It's a demon who is a backseat driver.
But quite literally
a backseat driver. Yeah, exactly. All right, how do we feel about our root chakras? Do they feel checked in with?
I think so. We talked a little bit about like, because I think it's not about like solving a problem, right? Like that's the whole thing about a check-in. It's just like, let's acknowledge this. There's a certain bravery in discussing it in a public forum. So that feels good, of like saying like, hey, a little nervous about this little thing that I'm aware of myself.
And you know, my taint feels seen, and that's what
that's it. That's what the uncles of old, I guess, wanted.
All right, let's jump into the this is I didn't know. Okay, this is the sacral chakra.
Here we go.
So
Here we go.
This is like the stomach area. This is
right down there. Well, you can't see, but yeah.
Svadhisthana. I hope I'm saying that. Svadhisthana. Chakra. So this is, or chakra. Again, I can hear my dad being like, "Stop calling it chakra. It's chakra."
Stop saying it the Pasadena way.
Exactly. Stop saying it how Hot 8 Yoga says it. All right.
So this is like little pleasures, right? The things that make you happy. What are you doing right now? Is there anything you've adopted lately in the last couple weeks?
I'm laughing because I'm not even kidding. I just signed up for hot yoga again. And I know it's a shocker, audience. Even though I'm like sitting here making fun of it, but I was, I got super into it pre-pandemic. I was like rocking my hot yoga, and now I am. And then pandemic went down, and I felt like, well, that's the worst place in the world to be, is this hot box full of people, right?
Yep.
And then it seems like things are kind of back to normal-ish,
right?
But so I was like, you know what, I'm really craving the morning heat and all the mispronunciations of all of all the chakras, and so I'm gonna sign back up to hot yoga, and it's been really, really wonderful. So that's kind of, I'm trying to, like, in general, just trying to do something physical. Listen, we had a pandemic. I had a kid that we were raising. I have a kid that we're raising over the pandemic. He's 3 years old. He's just starting to go to preschool.
Right.
And so like Hannah and I are both like, hey, maybe it's time to like care about ourselves again and our bodies a little bit. Like maybe we're allowed to now. And so just trying to do something physical every day.
Right.
Like a little joggy jog.
Oh, that's good.
If I can't make it to the yoga, I'll do a video online. I love Yoga with Adrian on the YouTubes.
Yoga with Adrian, absolutely.
Big
absolutely.
Fan. It's funny to me that all my yoga teachers are white ladies, but they're great. And they're all white ladies, and my dad are my yoga teachers. So yeah, I think that's been kind of the small pleasures, finding that moment to, or even sometimes when it's really bad, my exercise is walk to the coffee shop instead of drive.
Yeah. Yeah. That's when you want to make it a little spicy.
Yeah, it's like 20 minutes away. Hey, walk just at least walk to the coffee shop, man.
Yeah, a 20-minute walk is that's a stroll. That's a 40-minute round trip.
Yeah, exactly. You got to walk back too.
Yeah.
And you earn the coffee. You feel a little bit better. So that's the small pleasure. And man, it's made a difference in the mood. It's made a difference with sleep. It's good. It's good stuff. So how about you? What you got a small pleasure?
That's so funny you mention going to a coffee shop, because for me, this is my season. It's kicked in because like I love Halloween. It's incredible. But everything is like pumpkin spiced, which if you're into that, you have a lot of it. If you're into it, there's a chance that by the end of October, you're like, I might have had too much. I think my blood now has pumpkin spice in it, and it'll never get removed. So this is when a lot of the hipster coffee shops release very quickly for the next month, like interesting little autumnal flavors. And so in the mornings now, I like to stroll out and go to a couple different places and try what they have as like autumn spice coffees, which are a little bit different. I had one at a local coffee shop.
Is different than pumpkin spice? Is autumn spice?
Autumn spice. It's a little bit different. It's their little blend.
Okay. But the pumpkins aren't ripe yet.
Yeah,
they don't ripen
pumpkins are
until
done
fall.
now.
This
Pumpkins, we're done
autumn.
with pumpkins. Pumpkins, like now, if you have a pumpkin out, right? You're kind of like, hey, dude, pumpkin season's done, right?
Yeah, I have a pumpkin out right now, and I'm worried for it. Every day I check on it, and I'm just like, is this the day where I find out that it was one day too many?
Yeah. When they go bad, it's like they turn just like into a fucking demon. Like they get so nasty.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is going to be the new like weird COVID strain coming from this pumpkin or whatever. Like they look just horrifying.
You can trace it from there. That's me when I get too tired. Like I'm so good. I was a production rat. Like I can do things. I worked on films. Let's go. 14 hours. We'll go through. And then I'll cross the 1 minute mark of how too tired I am. And I'm just like, hey everyone, I'm actually just going to curl up on these stairs. And I sleep here now. So goodbye. And I turn into like a bad pumpkin. Like that's the energy of it, where people are just like, we can't even lift them pumpkin? Up. I become the pumpkin. Like I'm a good pumpkin.
Okay.
And I keep doing everything I need to. Yeah. And then I will then cross my November 17th stage where suddenly I'm like, oh, I worked a minute too long. I stayed up a minute too long. And then I'm like, I am now collapsed. You can't move me because I'll spill everywhere. That's just my energy.
You've been the pumpkin this whole time. Pumpkins aren't done until the day before Thanksgiving when they magically turn into pie. Yeah, that's pumpkin pie. Are you a pumpkin pie guy?
Love pumpkin pie. I love pumpkin pie. I love pecan pie.
Oh yeah, I love pecan pie too. You say pecan, not pecan. Okay, that's who you are.
Is that
who you are?
Is it because I don't know what I pronounce differently because of British stuff? Because my folks are British. Because of British stuff, Doctor Who, British stuff.
You're an avid consumer of British things.
Bovero, British stuff. The orange chocolates you have to crack on a surface. My folks are British, so every so often I'll say something and people are like, that's absolutely not how you say it.
God, I get that anyway because my folks are from India, and so they'll pronounce something like this is more when I was growing up. I'd be like refrigerator instead of refrigerator because that's how my mom said it or whatever. And I was like, and they were like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, "The refrigerator. It's where you put all the food." And they're like, "No, it's refrigerator." What was the other one? The British one I heard recently was I'm taking a stand-up class, and there's this guy in my stand-up class, and he was doing this whole bit, and his whole bit was he kept saying pedophile.
Yes.
And I couldn't understand it. I couldn't quite hear it. And so I didn't understand the bit. And I was like, oh, pedophile. I get it. Pedophile. Okay. And so, okay. I see what you mean now. Okay. So your small pleasure is now the switch from pumpkin spice to autumnal spice.
Just a surprising little flavor. Like I love I love when a coffee shop becomes like a fairy market for a hot second, and they're just like, I had one the other day that was just Habibi flavor, and I was like, go on, and they're like, try it out. It was delicious. Yeah. Do you want me to describe it? I'm not Ratatouille. I can't do that. It was just very good. What a little surprise.
Like, we share this space with an apothecary.
Yeah.
That's how we make rent. And we've decided to mix everything together. Coffee and apothecary. It's delightful.
Funny story, and I know that we need to move through the chakras really quickly, but I do live by a place called Apothecary Coffee because it's near a hospital,
Oh
and
my
I was
gosh.
hoping it would be an amazing themed, like they crunch it up in a pestle and
Yeah.
mortar, and there's like a snake around a staff. No.
No?
I asked for an iced coffee, and they were like, great. And they put ice in the plastic cup and then poured hot coffee into the plastic cup. And then they gave me
Oh
lukewarm,
my.
slightly warm coffee. That was bad.
Well, guess who's not going to be our sponsor? Apothecary Coffee.
The hospital coffee shop.
All right, moving on to our solar plexus chakra, the Manipuri.
Here it is.
Manipura chakra. Okay, so the solar plexus chakra. This is exciting. So this is your chest area, right?
Yeah.
This is like upper abdomen. This is maybe where we talk about confidence, physicality, strength. Do you play any physical sports? And
Not
then
anymore.
Secondarily, what's your relationship to cricket?
I used to be the cross country captain in my high school. Used to do a lot of running.
Okay. Wow, captain no less.
And then I
Wearing the C on the jersey.
Yeah. I was one of the varsity jacket guys. That's not true.
I was like, wait, did
It's
they
not-
get varsity jackets? The Letterman jacket?
Imagine having a heavy jacket for running. I think that's
Yeah,
very
probably
funny.
Yeah.
I would argue unearned. That's unfair, and I'm sticking to it. But I used to be very much into running and those types of events. I did track and field and everything, and then I got to college, and someone's like, "If you keep doing that, you're gonna hurt your knees." And so I stopped exercising completely, which I think has been worse for my body than if I just kept doing it.
Not surprised. I tend to agree with that part of your brain that says that.
Yeah,
and I'm
it's
here
like-
to guilt you for it. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so
Yeah.
not so much anymore. But you were the big shot, like cross country captain. Hosting all the hot parties in school and
Yeah.
arm in arm with the cheerleader. Is that how cross country?
It was a wonderful camaraderie. We when we say arm in arm, just so you know, audience, we ran together arm in arm. So it was the captain of the cross country team, and all the cheerleaders would link arms, and we would just run the course. And what we did is it's called rabbiting with a
adorable.
strategy. You get in front of all the other racers, and you block the path. They can't go around you legally.
Oh my gosh! Wait, is
So
this
you
a real
just-
thing? You just made that
Well,
up.
rabbiting is a real thing, but this is
okay.
what we're saying is genuinely against league any restrictions. Yeah, but
'Cause we're talking about like a cross between Red Rover and cross country.
if you can break through, congratulations.
Wait,
But
what
I have started. I've done a little bit of working out on the Chris Hemsworth app because I watched an interview with
Okay.
him where he was saying he worked out obviously to get in shape to be Thor, but his main thing was mentally he needed to feel like he earned the role because he was like, well, I don't know if I
Yeah.
can do this. So he worked out to do that for himself to be like, I am Thor. And so I'm in that where I'm like,
Yeah,
I am
gotta be
Thor.
that's got to be kind of a mind fuck, right? Like
Being
you get
a
the
god.
role- Yeah, it's being the god. And they're like, all right, so the shoot's in 3 weeks. Can you look like Thor, please? Can you work on the whole part where you look like Thor? Because otherwise, our CGI budget's going to be like through the roof.
we just can't do this. I love that Hemsworth
Yeah.
was like, I need to earn this. And Dwayne The Rock Johnson was just like, yeah, I am this man. I've always been this man.
Well,
Let me
yeah, I
shoot
mean,
lightning.
To be fair, right? He came from he was already this big wrestler, and
That's a very
super in
good
shape, and
point.
He was already like chiseled out of rock kind of situation. He was a rock, but then then there's the Kumails, right, where you just never see it coming, and holy shit,
That's
you're a
very
sex
true.
symbol.
Yeah.
They take their jobs seriously. Okay, well, so I guess I'll talk about the second half because I'm sort of interested in. I was interested in like your relationship to cricket, and I'll just say that like I know it's as an Indian I feel like I should know and like cricket, and whenever I go visit India and my family there, I get into it with them because I just love sports and I love competition in general.
Yeah.
And so like I want to know more, but I'm very I almost feel bad that I couldn't like other than like Sanjeev Tendulkar,
Right.
Like the main guy, like the Michael Jordan of and maybe did I even get the name right? I'm not even 100% sure. Like other than that, I don't really know any players. I don't really follow it.
Right.
So, are you into cricket at all?
Am I wrong in saying that Imran Khan, the previous leader of Pakistan, was a cricket player? This is so bad.
Oh my gosh, I know that answer for sure. I'm not stalling because I'm looking it up. I don't know.
Even with the powers of the internet, we're not going to do it.
Look, I just say it auto completes. So yeah, he's
right?
a former cricketer, duh, and he's the 22nd Prime Minister of Pakistan.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, from August 2018 until April 2022. I said off the top of my head.
That was amazing. That was off the dome. You're hearing my cat automatic feeder in the background there. I apologize. My relationship. I'll wait. My relationship with cricket is not like when I went to, I used to go to India as a kid. They would be like, here's a cricket bat, and like, let's play. And then my mom would be like, yeah, we're not flying back with this. These are heavy. We're not going to pay extra. So all these beautiful gifts that we received, my mom was like, nah, that's going to equate to like $17. No, we're not doing that. So what happened was I didn't really associate anything with cricket until I went to college. And then that's when I saw like a bunch of like Desi guys who would play on the lawn on the weekends. And they were like, hey, you know about this, right? And I said, yes. I didn't play with them, but when I would walk past them to go to the lab when I was still trying to do marine biology as a double major with my film degree, I would yell Sixer, and they loved it. And that's how I got by.
Sixer. Yeah, for sure. That's the way to get by. And by the way, his name is Sachin Tendulkar, and I completely butchered that. My brother's name is Sanjeev, so that's probably what I was thinking. I wish my brother was as good as Sachin Tendulkar, but he's not. Anyway, so okay, yeah, I love playing cricket. That's super fun. I always played with my grandfather. He was 97 when he passed, and he was still playing like deep into his 90s.
Incredible.
So that was my I love playing it with my family, but I never got into like the sport at large. But I'm like interested.
Right.
I want to get more into it now that there's like, like when we were growing up, it's not like we could access the games or watch them really.
Yeah.
So, but now we can. So I'd like to start shifting into it. Anyway, okay, just curious. You want to take the next chakra?
Yeah, absolutely. We have now headed into one that I'm very excited about. This is our heart chakra. Anahata? Am I saying that right? I have the worst accent when it comes to our. Okay, great.
I think you did it.
This one I'm very excited to talk about because I feel like there's a lot.
We're owning our American Born. We're just owning it. We're doing our best. We're trying to reach back.
This is the show. This is what we're honest about it.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, what is, in terms of the heart chakra, like we're talking a lot about like things that like inspire us and drive this and everything. But let's also talk about the flip side of that, the other side of that. What is straining and paining your heart right now? What's something that is sort of bringing a little bit of weight to that chakra, which just so you all know, also a chakra is like a wheel. And the whole idea is like if you have them all aligned, all the wheels are spinning correctly. So what's maybe something that's straining that turn for you?
Yeah. That's like clanking up the gears a little bit.
Yeah.
I'd say it's the fear of this election.
That's
I think that, so I did Canvas today for the first time ever. I did it. We canvassed at 100 homes.
Incredible.
And I just felt like, you know what? I had to do what little I could. Like I felt like if we're gonna get creamed, or if the Democrats are gonna get creamed during this election, if that happens, I will feel terrible if I didn't like kind of leave it all on the field, kind of everything. So I joined an accountability group called Operation Checks and Balances, which if you're interested, it was great. And it, not just you, I mean like the the listening. It was just great to be with a group of people who felt like me, who were like, I don't know what to do, but let's do something. And there was like, and then someone was like, hey, you know what? I figured out how to get postcards from this one campaign. So everybody take 20 postcards and write them. And someone else was like, let's do a phone bank this day together, and like just kind of holding each other accountable. So this was a canvas. It was our kind of final hurrah for the election on Tuesday, and it was. Okay, I should say that like it was hurting my heart to think of like where this, how polarized we are, and maybe where we're headed, and I feel like democracy is like literally at stake right now, and so, but it was also actually nice to get out there and see people and talk to them face to face. I will say, for those of people that are like afraid to canvas, like I was, it was really not as like everybody was pretty much nice, if not just dismissive. Like so. I never really got into a shouting match or anything like that, or it was like the worst I got was like someone who came to the door and then like took one look at me and was like, no, and then just shut the door, like, and I was like, okay, move on to the next one. And then the other ones were like, got into some great conversations. There was a teacher that was like really kind of on the fence about this specific congressional race. And I felt like she was like, well, you're the first people that I was like, this is what she said. She was like, you're the first people that have talked to me about this. Right. And it was like, it's so nice to talk to you about like what you guys feel passionate about. And so we're like, so can we count on her vote? And she's like, absolutely. You guys completely changed my mind. All right. You made up my mind on who I want to vote for. And I think that like human to human connection is like so missing. Yeah. It's you will not, Twitter is not the place for it. Even phone banking and text banking, it's great, but there's nothing like just someone face to face. Yeah. Having that connection and going like, hey, I'm a real human being and I don't know everything about this candidate either. Let's like talk it out a little bit. And people were really open to that. I was really impressed. And felt like, wow, I would like to do this for each campaign, because it made me feel better about the state of our country in a way. Right. Because even people that were on the fence, or even a few that disagreed, they were still like human beings who weren't vitriolic and hateful in the way that I think the caricature of someone who's on the other side seems. Yeah, if that makes sense. 100%. So that was lovely. So I mean, but that is still weighing pretty heavy on my heart. And I'm anxious for what goes down in 2 days. Tuesday night's gonna be a lot of yoga. a little casual yoga, and at least I'll be like, hey, look, I did what I could. It's a drop in the bucket kind of thing, but at least it's the drop that I could provide. Right. I love that. I'm going to be posting a thing tomorrow about in Los Angeles, like same day registration stuff, because the last mayoral race that we could vote on, which is still part of this whole cycle, I used to be registered up in the Bay Area as an absentee, and I was like, I live here and this race is important to me, and so I like looked it up, and I strolled over, I was like, I have a piece of mail, and they're like, yeah, you're like, clearly you're here, like we have public records. We know this. Here's how you can sign up. I did it right there. I got to like then just vote in person, get it done. I didn't mail anything. I didn't have to like wait on a box. I just did it. I got a little sticker, strolled out, got myself another coffee. So an autumnal flavored coffee. Yeah, which in that voting cycle, because it was spring, so they were really ahead of the curve. Weird. Yeah, those are, I guess, for stale. Nomad the Kid says, I'm excited to vote this Tuesday because before I'm just disenfranchised, I will make my vote be heard. Yeah, absolutely. Also, Election Day should be a federal holiday. Make it one, you cowards. Like, yes. Like, what? I mean, what are we doing here if it's not a federal holiday? It's crazy. Like somebody doesn't want the working class to vote or something. I don't know. That's weird. That's weird. Like, what are we doing here? I feel like there's only one side that would even consider making it a federal holiday. Right. So I don't know. That's where I am. I forgot to vote early, says some poetry nerd, and have to go vote Tuesday in between medical appointments, which is going to be stressful. Yeah, listen, it's tough. Oh, I will say this. This is another thing. By the way, if there is a congressional or like a campaign headquarters or something that you can reach out to. There's a lot of places that are doing pickups. So we were actually offering ballot pickups for folks that were, for anybody actually, but there were folks that were like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know this was a service, and so, you have to seal and sign your ballot beforehand, but they will come around and pick it up for you. So there are those services out there. If that's going to be tough for you to make an actual live poll, but they're dragging 3 people to vote with them for support. I love that. Awesome. Okay,
there
that's
it
even
is.
better. Well,
there it is.
That's fantastic. Checking in with your heart chakra, buddy. Anything kind of?
Yeah, similar.
Any hair winding up those wheels.
Similar thing. It's a lot of stress. With a lot of stuff that's going on, especially whenever we get around an election. There is sort of that like, don't talk to anyone. We're all like head to head, like enemies around everywhere. And it is, I mean, you're talking to 2 brown dudes who've been in this country for a good amount of time when there's been when the show 24 was on the air, I'll put it that way. So like, absolutely. Yes. In certain regards. But I think the general sentiment that like the mistrust and the idea that like we have to fight, not have to fight everyone, because there is a certain level to which I'm just like, I've always got my boxing gloves on, ready to go daredevil if anyone goes after my friends or any groups, for which I'm like, I'll throw my body in the way. But it is a thing where I do think it is a tactic to try to get people to feel helpless. And seeing that tactic work, that's the thing that really hurts my heart, where and I'll feel that too, but I am like we're doing this show right now. Wonderful people in chat. I look around and see so many instances of wonder and bravery that I'm like galvanized to fight doubly hard, to go out and do doubly so, and to exist as much as possible. And so I think that whenever you go online and you see a lot of despair and stuff, that to me is where I'm just like, this is hard, because I know it's a very concerted effort to do that. So it's a lot of that.
Make you feel like, the little that you could do wouldn't matter anyway. That's the poison that helps fuel the, those that are sort of the more oppressive forces in power.
Yeah. Imagine if if you pulled someone away from like a car on the street, like they wander on the street by accident and you pull them away and you save their life. That's a huge deal.
Oh, you mean like Wednesday? For me, like just
for you, it's just it's a normal day of the week. It ends in Y.
Yeah, I just patrol the highways. Like they call me the Jaws of Life. Like that's one of my nicknames. But anyway,
and you have a great little shark costume that you have for branding, a little cape.
And I just blast Baby Shark from my car when I do it. Yeah, for sure.
But like that idea of like if you did that, I do feel like we do that in little ways, in wonderful little ways. With like making art, making people laugh, doing all this stuff. And then there's a sentiment like, that's not enough. And I do feel like there is a cynicism out there where like, if you did save someone, they'd be like, so what? It's just one person. And I'm like, no, that's a huge deal. Like it's a massive deal. That would like, if you did that for the rest of your life, you can forever be like, hey, by the way, I for sure pulled someone away from a car. Like that's like, you saved that person's life and that life means a lot. So I do, if there's anything I can put out there right now in terms of my energy, it is like, if you even just get to one person and you're like, go vote, go do this, feel some sense of agency. That's huge. Feel good about that. That's huge.
Like, when some poetry nerd is saying I'm bringing 3 people, like that's phenomenal. Like that makes a huge difference. I think it's Christy Smith's district that I wrote the postcards for. That was decided by like 637 votes or whatever. And then you find out, then you hear like statistics like, oh, it turns out postcards are actually very like rather effective. They're like 20% effective in sort of reminding people, where to vote and stuff like that. So it's like, oh, so for every 5 postcards I filled out, I was like getting a vote and knocking that 637 number down. So the little efforts do amount to something meaningful. So anyway, I didn't mean for this to become a total what do you call MTV's
what was the Real World
voting campaign? No,
was it the Vote or Die
campaign?
Die.
More of a rock. Oh, vote or die.
Rock the vote. Rock the vote.
Oh,
Vote or
oh.
die was the one where Holly Berry was like, "I'm gonna come to your house and I am going to break your potted plants." If you know what? Actually, I was describing this to someone earlier.
Well, I feel like people will be okay with that. Yeah.
The campaign was like, do you remember the commercials where they were just like, you know what? Don't vote. Don't vote. And I was like, that's not, no. I understand
like
what you're going
psychology?
to. Yeah, but it's not like, no,
I
you're
dare you not to vote. They're like,
just Puff
okay.
Daddy being like Puff Daddy at the time. Now P. Diddy just being like, don't vote. Don't vote. Don't vote. I was like,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
no. Sorry. No, listen.
Yeah.
Please do.
Yeah. JK, opposite day. Let's jump into that throat chakra.
Okay.
We're down to the last two chakras here.
Yeah.
The Vishuddha
Mm-hmm.
chakra. This is right. Have you lied recently? And if so, were you
Ooh.
able to confess said lie?
I'm gonna confess it right now. This is gonna be a quick answer for me.
Oh my god!
I shouldn't say this on camera at all, but I'm going to
Yeah.
because I love this show and everyone in
Wow.
chat, you're wonderful. I lied to
And
the
we gotta go to
DMV.
commercial break right now. Here we go.
Yeah,
Commercial break.
let's practice. I lied to the
that's like-
DMV.
You lied to the DMV.
Yeah, I lied to the DMV.
What'd you say? You were 6'2" or something?
I
Maybe you are
did, yeah.
6'2", actually.
I was going
What?
out for the DMV basketball team, and they thought it was too short.
What did you lie to them about?
I recently got a car, but I didn't file my I didn't know that because my dad says things with a lot of certainty, and he's
Yeah.
wrong most of the time. So he was just like, "Yeah, by the way, like when you buy this car, like you have like 30 days to file it." And I was like, "Oh, great!" And then I looked on the
Yeah.
website, and they were just like, "Nope, you've got 10." Like, and
Yeah.
then it's a crime.
It was literally like, no, Omar, your dad's wrong. You've got 10.
Yeah, that's what it says. So I said that I purchased a car recently, which is not true.
Whoa.
There's a chance
Yeah.
I'll get caught for this, so I'm gonna keep you all updated as to what happens.
Let's find. Yeah, let's stay tuned on that one, especially if like we have any DMV listeners. The thing about the DMV, like I feel like the workers at the DMV are like, just lie to us. Like it's fine. Like
They
just
can't.
Just don't tell us the truth because then we have to do something about it. But otherwise, like
Yeah.
I don't care. Just lie.
The thing is, okay, so the thing is, here's the little fold, and then I'll finish talking about it because I'm gonna get myself in so much trouble. I filed the paperwork, and then not knowing how to do this, and then they were just like, you didn't fill out anything, and I was like, oh, my bad. So then I took a little bit of time, and then I filed, and I was like, I'll fill this out and then refile it, like a brand new thing of, hey, purchase the car, and I put it in pen, I signed out everything, and then they're like, no, your case is still open. It's under your VIN, so your vehicle identification number. So now I'm submitting.
Yeah,
I'm like,
thanks
yeah,
for explaining
I purchased this
VIN.
well after I told you I purchased this.
Well,
Like you
said
have a
that?
date. Well, it's the date is now because I wanted to get within 10 days of now,
Yeah, oh,
but it
yeah,
had
I
been
see.
longer than 10 days of when I had originally submitted the paperwork.
Oh,
so they're
shit,
gonna be
yeah.
like, yeah, how is this possible, dude? So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to figure out a way. I might try to Karen my way through it of just like, it's purchased whenever I purchase it. It's purchased whenever I purchase it, and just repeat that over and over and over, and hope that is just enough for them to be like, we don't want to deal with you.
Yeah,
We'll see.
Mantras work, you know. Hypnotism works. I think that's always the way to go. Good luck with that. We'll definitely check in with both your book and your DMV status for the next show.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So I gotta lie. You want to hear my lie?
Yeah, I need to hear your lie.
This might get me in even more trouble than because this is a regular lie.
Here we go.
Like meaning like it's a pattern. And
This is a
and
behavior.
it's a behavior, and it's to my wife.
Oh.
And I'm so sorry. We're gonna have to go to commercial break. So thank you.
The commercial for the
so-
coffee shop comes up.
Right. It's a non-commercial. It's about don't go to apothecary.
Apothecaries.
And it's sponsored by the rest of the coffee shops in the area. And we're back. Thank you so much for not patronizing Apothecary Coffee. But yeah, so the lie that I tell my wife on the reg is, honey, I'm still going to the bathroom. Like I'm still pooping right now. And what I'm really doing
And you're not?
is just breathing and just being with myself. And taking a break from being a parent and
Just getting a little you time.
just getting a little me time. And probably on Twitter, and it's terrible. And she's on to me. She kind of knows it's bullshit.
Right.
And she's like, she's pretty much done with it. It's not really. She's like, at this point, you either need to go to a special, like a gastrointestinal specialist, or come clean and tell me that you're on your phone and not still going to the bathroom.
So we both have entered sort of endgame situations where the logic of our lives are really becoming apparent.
It's not really working. And then like our bathroom doesn't lock very well, and Kim will just like open that shit up and come right in too. And like he has no problem totally busting me. So that's my lie that I can. And I don't like, I should not lie. I should just be like, I'm hiding. Like, I should just be honest.
Right.
Right. Like, I'm hiding and I need a few minutes. Okay. And that'd probably be better for our relationship. So listen, I'm going to try to do better too. I'll update you
So this is the check-in too. Yeah. So there's a chance that I'll be in DMV prison and you will be living a great open, honest life with a bunch of your emotional energy returned to you. This is a good trade-off.
Yeah, it'd be good. All right, you want to hit that last chakra?
Let's do this.
So which of your chakras is blocked? Because I have 7. So are we skipping the Ajna chakra, or are we skipping Sahasrara?
What are we?
Do we want to do third eye, or do we want to do crown?
Oh no, we can do. Let's do.
I'm a dumb white guy. I thought there was 7.
Let's blaze through them both. Sorry, I missed crown. Sorry. Let's do third eye. Let's do them quick. We got it.
Great.
All right.
Let's go.
Third eye.
Great. Let's hop into third eye. I want to ask you, what was your last daydream about? What have you been like thinking? What's been like a little thing on your mind that you're like, just your mind wanders and drifts off to there?
What am I like visiting with my, with my foresight eye?
Yeah.
Oh man, I should have thought of this ahead of time. Let's see. I've been daydreaming about I don't think anything super exciting. Mostly I've been daydreaming about what life would be like if my kid went to a full day at preschool instead of a half day.
I see.
So that's my answer. I'll keep it quick. I think it's just he's going to half days now, and so we have a little bit more time to be human. And I'm daydreaming about, honestly, this is so funny because it's a complete reversal from my last one, but spending time with my wife, but like just her. See, that's the thing. And I love my kid. He's amazing, but it would be great to get some QT with just the wife. We're also co-sleeping, so he's in the bed with us. So there's not a lot of just me and her time. So I think that's what I'm daydreaming. I'll update you guys on that in the next couple weeks. How about you? What are you daydreaming about? You got anything?
I'm watching Bake Off right now. I'm watching Great British Bake Off. So I think
don't spoil it. I'm halfway through the latest episode.
Sandra gets laser eyes, and
you son of a bitch. He bakes them, and they were underbaked. His laser eyes were underbaked.
I won't say. So right now I'm daydreaming about getting better at pastries. Like as in Los Angeles, it's so hot until yesterday. So now that it's cooled down a bit, and I can like be in the kitchen and it's not like destroying, it's not melting the walls down, I am now daydreaming about like all the different cookies I want to make. I want to make cookies that have windows, Sandy. I want to make, I want to melt a little bit of sugar, melt a little jam or something.
That's right. They make the little glass. Yeah, sure.
So you just have a little window. I want to make a little house that I'm like, this is too beautiful to eat. And then eventually I'm just like, no, I'm going to eat it. I want to do that kind of stuff.
Okay. I love it.
So,
final chakra. This is the crown chakra. It sort of like floats above us. So, it's not even really on your body. It's sort of like the spiritual. So, real quick question here.
Let's do this one.
Just real quick. Are you currently experiencing spirituality? Just real quick. Just kind of get to the nugget of it. Like,
lightning round.
In 4 words or less, like, are you having any epiphanies? Go.
Yeah, real quick, I kind of restructured. I am.
Yeah?
I am, because this is a wonderful time to go outside and just like let all those sensations kind of wash over. There's something very magical about Southern California in autumn. Especially after we've gone through summer, a lot of like witchy books and stuff are like winter's a time of death, and that's when like you have to stay inside and think about things. Not true here, maybe in Ireland. Not true here, maybe in Scotland. But here, in summer, that's when I can't go outside, because if I don't explode into flame, then the spiders will drag me away. So that's just the Southern California situation.
Yeah.
So for me now, I'm like, this is a great time where I get to go on a morning walk and I get to bundle up a little bit and be with my thoughts.
Love
and
it.
just like, and if I'm stressed about something, I let that breeze take it away. So just at that in general, no particular book, no particular thing, just being outside, watching a sunset or two. I'm having a real gladiator sort of, moment.
Oh, the wheat fields, like just running your hands through the wheat fields.
Yeah.
Got it. I love that.
Yeah. So yeah, how about you?
That's great. My spirituality. No. No, not really. Not right now. Yeah, everything feels very physical and corporal and in my body and on the plane and on Earth, and I'm mostly just kind of, I think the most spiritual thing I experienced was convincing that lady to go vote for Jay Chen in Butter Park district.
Right.
I think that was like, okay, we can still connect with people that feel, maybe not 100% progressive, not 100% on one. Like we still have, human relatable needs and wants for a better world. We can only do it together. We can only do it by finding common ground. And I felt like that was the closest thing to a spiritual experience.
I like that you're like, no, not spiritual, but I am connecting with everybody and being a part of the world. That's the most LA thing where like, are you experiencing spirituality? I haven't like burned a plant in a while, so no. I've just been connecting with people. I have a direct line with all of existence. So no, not really. I guess not. I haven't been to West Hollywood in a while, so no.
Touche. Okay. Let's see. Just checking in with chat real quick before we move on to our next thing. I've been ignoring you guys a little bit more than I normally do. I am Puddle Glum. I don't work for the DMV, but I do work for an ISP in tech support, and I admit that there are some things that customers tell me that I'm pretty sure are lies or not the complete truth that I choose to be intentionally very not curious about. I love that.
Thank you.
Exactly. I think, sometimes you're just like, yeah, I get it. You're whatever. You're like, just give me a reason to say that this is a warranty issue. I feel
what
like
do I put on the comment section?
To say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like give me a reason to give you something for free. Yeah, I love that. Let's see what else. Dodecactuplet. On the other hand, saving one life effectively doubles your carbon footprint. Oh, okay. So the downside of saving a life.
Good point.
Good point.
Good point.
Okay, I'll let them just burn in the car, I guess.
Maybe you save the life of the person who invents the new solar technology.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You never know.
It's a gamble, though. Maybe you don't.
Or, yeah. Or
save a horse, destroy a cowboy. It's one of those kind of situations.
And then from Anand Shah, a question for Omar. When India played Pakistan in the Cricket World Cup, who did you root for, or did you even care?
Ooh, at that
you
point,
are happy.
Yeah. I remember at that point I was closer to my Indian side. I'm in general closer to my Indian side of the family. So I think at that point I did, and then I asked my dad who he was cheering for. I was like, by the way, like, who are you cheering for? This was hours after I'd talked with family, and my dad went, the Steelers. So
cool.
Yeah.
So he is fully assimilated. Got it. All right. We are moving on to the topics. These are topics that were written, we have not seen before, so we have no idea what we're getting into.
No idea.
Written by Diego, our EffinFunny writer. in the behind the scenes. We're very excited to see what Diego's got in store. So yeah, I guess Delvin, take it away. What did Diego bring up for us?
All right, so our first one, President Joe Biden welcoming the new UK Prime Minister by mangling his name.
Oh.
So the new Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak. Mr. Biden believed that it was better pronounced it as Rashi Sanuk.
Listen, he's our doddering, lovable grandpa. So this is to me where you look. It's not great. You know, you're gonna want to rehearse that. You know, you're gonna want to have like his advisors need to be on him about stuff like that for sure. It's not a good look. But that said, I'm more of like an intent. I look at the intent behind things, and I think there's a very big difference between. Listen, I'm already in the doghouse for saying Sanjeev Tendulkar. So like I'm already like, who amongst us to say, yeah. Like I'm already boned. Like I've already gotten this show canceled. And I'm sure. So like, who am I to say that you can't blow it a little bit with names? So I don't know. That's my thing. My thing is intent, and you know, but it's not great. It's not great.
It is. That's it's so funny. I think that like with like representation and stuff, and this might be a bit callous or cynical to say, but like with us, I do feel like it is a thing where we're just like, yeah, look, we're not asking for a whole lot, so we're willing to deal with a bunch. Just like we're not like saying like, where's our Avenger? We're just like, hey, can we just like get like one little guy? Like, how's this going? Yeah. Like we're way behind in the line, so like,
right.
Yeah.
No, I know it's and look. The other thing that people have to realize is that, like, you know, India is pretty diverse, or South Asia in general, pretty diverse. You know, all the regions have different languages too. So, like, there are Indian names that, like, I cannot, also nail right off the top because, like, you know, like people who have Tamil as their main language or whatever, like, I'm not gonna do a bang up job pronouncing their name. You know what I mean? So.
I was told by my Hindi teacher that I mispronounced my name. Like in college, I took like a 7 a.m. Hindi course, and on day 1, he's like, Omar. And I was like, oh, oh no.
Yeah. You've been saying your own name wrong this whole time?
My entire life.
Yeah. My parents would always be like, it's Sundeep, not Sundeep, you know?
Yep,
like,
there it is.
You know, and they're like, I'm like, listen, like you guys want your 4 extra letters to pronounce the letter or the duh sound, right? Like it's a lot, you know? And I didn't choose to be born in New Hampshire. Like you guys made that choice. Like, that was like your call. I didn't have much say as the fetus inside of your womb. So you popped me out here.
I will say in terms of
gave me Ted. You know,
it's dead. I will say, just so everyone knows,
aspirated Ted.
There's at least in Hindi and Bengali, like so many of the like, and I can pull out one of my like Hindi books around here, but like the alphabet will be like a letter that we see as like T or something, and then it'll be like TH. And not like it'll be like it's like D DH. Like these are different letters. Right. And so someone who I guess hasn't heard a lot of the sounds, I really struggle with that. But I will say the tables are going to turn, because I think that with representation, there's a lot of us showing up and being like, it's like this. And like, you know, we have like someone on Queer Eye. We've got late night hosts and stuff. The turn is going to be gory Brooklyn children names, where it's going to be like Charlie, but like with a Y and like 2 G's or something to like stand out. And that's when it's going to turn on us, and I'm going to be like, Chagar. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to tell me how to say this. I have no idea.
They're like, it's Charlie. Yeah, it's like an aspirated ch sound. It's Charlie. And you're like, oh shit. Yeah, no, for sure. All like, I'm like, man, I probably shouldn't. Like, the names of at like Kieran's preschool, you know, for example, like everyone's name is like Mojave and Zephyr. And, like,
right.
You know, like,
it's all named after Mac operating systems. Yeah.
Yes, 100%. Oh man, that's gotta be a bummer if you name your kid and then Mac comes out with the operating system after, and you're like, ah, shit.
I'm so sorry, Snow Leopard.
We should have just gone with Leopard. No, that was the previous. But anyway, it's probably Rishi Sunak, right? Like I think everybody's saying Sunak, but it's probably Sunak.
It's probably, yeah.
Because it's
and then we find out we're wrong. Yeah, but yeah.
I mean, we could be.
Yeah.
That's not a common. I don't think it's a common Gujarati last name. I don't think. So I could be wrong about that too. But anyway, I'm just upset that he's a prime minister because now we have another like. It's like not enough that I'm not a doctor. It's like you're not. You know.
Do you know what the UK has? I'm like, oh yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know. I'm trying. I'm trying to finish my screenplay. I promise.
Why can't you be prime minister like Rishi? Someone made the joke. I mean, I think 20,000 people made the joke on Twitter. That was like, Rishi, congratulations on prime minister or whatever, but why can't you be king? It was like his dad's response or something.
Yep.
Yeah, still not good enough. All right, what do we got next? What's next?
All right, next up is the world's dirtiest man dies at 94 months after his first wash. So,
wow.
Challenge accepted. Let's go.
So this man, he did not eat fresh foods, and he believed that washing himself would cause him to become sick. Most of the locals in the area understood that the way that this hermit like sort of lived his life, that's how he did it. But there were occasional instances where people would try to like forcefully wash him.
Sure.
There was a couple of years back, somebody tried to like take him down to the river, but he snuck out of the vehicle while it was moving. Got away.
Someone tried to forcefully wash somebody? Like
somebody who has never been washed for 94 years is a little bit unpleasant to be around. So there are some people that are jerks.
Do you have to hang out with him then? I mean, if you don't like it, I mean, it's like he's a hermit. The idea of a forced washing is really interesting to me. Okay.
So so then eventually some folks did successfully force wash him. And he died just a few months after that at 94. He went a long time without washing. I believed he'd get sick if he got washed, and then he did.
And then he died.
Oh my God.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. That's like one of those things where, like, this is not a great metaphor. And I mean, listen, he made it to 94, so he was in OT at that point. It was like everything's gravy. I think when you're past like 80, 85 maybe these days. But I remember I took my car in to get my transmission fixed up, and the guy was like, "Oh, you've never changed your transmission fluid?" And I was like, "Yeah, I didn't know that was the thing you used to do." And he was like, "Yeah, no, you're supposed to do it like once every whatever." And I was like, "Okay, so I guess go ahead and change it." He's like, "Oh no, we can't. Like now we can't change it." And I was like, "What do you mean now you can't change it?" He's like, now like your transmission's like used to it, and if you change it, it'll probably break it. So you should just wait till it's broken and then change." And I was like, "That's insane to me." Like, so that's basically like similar to what this guy went through. He's like at this point, the like ecosystem of his body, like is like used to his like whatever situation.
Perfect balance.
Right? Yeah. It's figured out some form of normativity within itself. I'm trying to think of what the chemical word is for that. I can't remember right now, but whatever.
Well, there's a practice in Navy boot camp where they just give everybody a dose of antibiotics. They don't like say, "Do you have a condition?" They just go, "Yeah, you're getting a huge shot of penicillin." Or when I went through that, they were out of the shot, so you had to take penicillin pills for like a month, just just in case. So everybody's personal microbiome gets just wiped clean, and then we'll find out what shows up afterwards.
Yeah, look, chat's got some interesting things in it. Like, what else did he have to live for? At that point, he's like, was he curious? Like, it was just like, you know what? What does a bath feel like? I hope it was like romanced a little bit, I hope he like had some rose petals and some.
That would be nice.
I hope it was like a nice cleaning.
A little bit of Enya.
Yeah, a little Enya. Yeah. Anyway, that's crazy. Thank you for that bit of news, and may he rest in peace. And I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. Other than you too can send us weird news on our Discord, and we will talk about it on this show. By the way, so we have a whole a Discord channel called Weird News. So if you want to jump in and have us comment on and be appalled by forced washings and the like, then please please jump in our Discord.
Drop the line, yeah.
Yeah. We'll put it in our show notes and whatever else. So,
Rest in peace,
do you have
Uncle
any
Haji.
other? Do you have any other feelings about this, Omar, or should we let this one wash away?
I am someone who I have the opposite of this gentleman's problem, I suppose. I'm someone who, like, if I could shower 3 times a day, I would. If that wouldn't destroy what my body is supposed to do, I would.
You have your microbiome, your skin microbiome is just.
It's I've entered the other way where now if I don't now I am in a lot of danger. It's the best way to put it.
Yeah. Okay, got it. Yeah, so you just gotta you have to have you can't be far away. Like you can't be more than, I don't know, half an hour away from a hot shower. Is basically what you're saying. Exactly.
When I go camping, it's interesting because I feel like I have to push through like the first like night or two, and after that I'm like, hey, I'm good. And then I go one more night. So I have one night of like I'm good. I wake up the next morning and go, no, I'm not. And I'm leaving. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you.
I need one little shroomy and I'm good. And then I'm like, oh, why do we ever shower? Like, why do it's like the dirt just is trying to hug me. Yeah. Okay. What's next? What do you got?
Kanye West is no longer a billionaire.
Oh boy.
After a massive anti-Semitic tirade, all sorts of comments, and specifically responding that the thing about it being Adidas, I can say anti-Semitic things and Adidas can't drop me. Now what? Due to Adidas as a company having ties to the Nazi era along with their founders. It's also just something that happens if it's a German company that was around during that time. It was either a Nazi company or everybody was shot, so... But yeah, he used that basis to sort of claim that he can keep making that they wouldn't break ties, and they broke ties, shattering his net worth.
So they answered now what with this is what
we're
going to
Yeah,
drop
pretty much.
your ass. That's them's the ropes, I guess. When you
say horrible things about many groups. And yeah. Good rule of thumb, I suppose, all around. I'll say this. I'll put this is not drawing a line in the sand at all. Don't be anti-Semitic. And don't say that slavery was a choice. I think that these are pretty easy, agreeable terms that you can have. And also don't open shady schools. Especially, and this is the lowest criticism, but a little bit of like, a little bit of like hypocritical considering the brand of the first couple albums, but that's just me. But again, that's the most minor of reactions to a lot of the stuff.
Wait, so you're upset that he's hypocritical to his own messages in the first couple albums?
Oh, I just think that if you're just like, hey, you know what? Don't worry about graduation, but you should attend my school, where you have to sign like NDAs and but again, we can get into a bigger thing about the school stuff, but just on that basic level, that is.
It's cool to be a dropout, but please, for the love of God, enroll in my school.
yeah. It's kind of just, I don't know, a little like, tectonic shifting back and forth there,
Adidas
philosophically speaking.
Yeah, exactly. Good move on Adidas. I love that, like, former companies founded by Nazis won't even touch the guy. Basically, it's like that's how far you are off the rails. It's like, yes, like Volkswagen too, right? Like, I won't touch them anymore or something like that, right? Like listen, you're even too Nazi for the former Nazis. That's not a good.
That's a very bad position to be in general. Yeah. Just if there's a litmus test. I mean, once you cross any line in this regard, it's terrible. Don't. But man, discovering mileage down that road, that's something else. Yeah.
Right. Like, now he's pushing it too far, I don't know what that accent was. Trying to do a German accent.
That was your German accent. No, I recognize that. Yeah.
That was good. That was good.
Anyway, I'm getting tired, you guys. Nomad the Kid says, Kanye, just take your medicine. You'll still be creative. I mean, it's the whole mental health thing with him. It is, this is... like what is happening right now? Why do we have to watch these narcissists like spiral, and why do they have so much power? Like I feel it's such a weird thing where we've given narcissists a tremendous amount of standing and power, and then we have to sit by and watch as they downward spiral and explode. And then also like it's just very weird. I don't know, I don't even know how to describe it. I feel like, you know, we have like a front row seat into like stars and nebulas being like exploding, imploding, and reforming, and we're just kind of like sitting by, trying not to be sucked into an event horizon and be with it, you know, blown away with them. It's a very strange.
It's the hobbits and Gandalf like going through the mountain passes as the mountains are fighting themselves, and we're just like,
yeah.
You don't need to involve us.
Right.
Like, don't do this.
Yeah.
It would be great if like the world was like, if we had really like, if we got obsessed about a person for a short period of time and for a very specific thing and then didn't bother them. I think like if you're like this 18-year-old figure out how to remove microplastics from the ocean, this kid gets a couple months of us being like, you know, cheering the kid's name, one shoe deal. Microplastic shoes, and then we're out. That's the season. We're done. I don't know. We won't check in back with this person. Hopefully, they continue to keep doing this stuff.
Or they get eventually, and if they become outspoken, right, they get eventually vilified, like Greta Thunberg, right? Like is now like completely like she was celebrated and then now totally vilified,
right?
You know, the Parkland kids, and you're just like, wow, this is like. If you're vilifying the kid that's like trying to make a difference and make the world a better place, you know, like what side of history are you on at this point? Like you gotta, I can't believe people are not able to check themselves in that regard. It's really sad. Yeah. Oof. Yeah, I guess I certainly feel zero empathy for him no longer being a billionaire. That's for damn sure. It's like, to me, it's more like how sad that he was ever a billionaire, I guess. You know, it's insane. And then like, you know, the whole thing with Elon, it's like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
It just feels like bananas. I don't know if you're watching Twitter implode in real time. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Very strange to, anytime I post something now, I'm just like, I think it's pretty funny. And I'm like, do I want to give it to Elon's company? Because he's just going to like do a thing where he's like, by the way, comedians are bad or something like that. There's going to be a tweet where it's like, we're banning all the comedians or something like that. And I'm just like,
he just banned Kathy Griffin. He banned her for making like quote unquote impersonating him or whatever. And you're just like, that's the stupidest thing ever. Like, what are you talking about?
Worked with one of his family members. I will not say which one, but I'll tell you this. I don't know if I should share this online right now because his cult is ferocious, but let's do it. They don't like him. They do not like his family does not like him. So which is not surprising. But it is a thing where you're just like, I'm watching a man chase the approval of like 14-year-old boys on Reddit. Do you know what I mean? Where I'm just like, what is this? What is this?
I mean, it's like he bought a company so that he could be the troller in chief, basically. It was like the purpose of buying it was like,
you know what this is?
Troll everybody now, and I get to ban everybody who makes me feel uncomfy, and you know, like he tells me I'm not funny. It's insane.
It is a human version of Jafar. It is like from the movie Aladdin, where it's like, I now am Genie, and they're like, that's a company. Yeah. Being the Genie, being Robin Williams' big blue genie is a company, and that comes with a lot of legal things. And then Jafar's like, but give it to me. Like, okay.
He wants to be the big blue check mark.
I guess. Yeah.
I am the check mark now.
All right, cool. Yeah, you could turn into a cobra, but you're stuck in the lamp. Like, this is not.
Yeah, that's right. You're stuck with the $44 billion bill. And you're right, Nimitz Blitz in chat. The real question is, did Twitter really have any social value? Did it help us as a society? Those are great questions. And I think we're maybe finding the answer out, but via destroying it. You know, it's like, how it is forcing all of us to say like, hey, because everybody's like talking about, like, what's the alternative? Like, where do we go? Mastodon?
Right.
Where do we go? And it's like, what if we go nowhere? Like, what if we don't do this again. And I think people
Right.
are like for the first time going like, yeah, I guess I don't have to share my like nonsense opinion about Halloween candy, which by the way was a tweet that I just did about how Halloween Twizzlers are fucking bullshit. Can we talk about that, people?
Yeah.
Halloween Twizzlers, they're like they're not even from the same factory. Like, get the fuck out of here. How dare you call them Twizzlers?
What are they different?
Are you kidding? You know what I'm talking
Honey,
about? Halloween-sized Twizzler tastes nothing like a Twizzler.
Here's the thing is, I don't know
like
if I've...
a red vine.
Okay.
And it's anyway. Okay, sorry. The point is that
So you're talking
we
about
don't
the
need-
Twizzler twists.
I'm talking about the Halloween size. Like, you know how you get a Halloween size,
A trick-or-treat Twizzler.
a trick or treat Twizzler, or you know you get a trick or treat Snickers, and you're like, that's a small Snickers. They took a
Yeah.
regular Snickers, they cut it up smaller, and they put it into packaging. That makes sense. I don't know what they're doing with the Twizzlers because they don't taste anything like a regular Twizzler. Is all I'm saying.
I'm going to go
It
out.
disturbs me.
I'm going to find this. I want to affirm you. I want to... I can't in all good faith right now because I haven't experienced this. I am going to go out of my way to go... I'm going to go late trick-or-treating this
Thank you.
weekend. I'm going to find some Twizzler, and I'm going to live tweet you my experience.
Good.
If Twitter's still
Please
around
do.
when I do this.
You can also do it live on this show if you want.
I'll try to
we can
fetch
do
one.
that.
I'll try to fetch one, yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
These, is this what you're talking about?
No. No. They're not the twists. They're just like maybe they are twist. I don't know. They're terrible. The point is it doesn't just like, can you give me a small Twizzler, like a regular small
Right.
Twizzler?
Why is
Okay,
this a challenge to you?
Point is I still don't need a social media platform. Like, no one needs to hear this opinion. We don't need Twitter, maybe. I don't know. Do we need Twitter? I don't know. I don't
Maybe
know.
we need
It's also
Twitter
the place
just for
that I've
Twizzlers.
Yeah, Twizzler. Nope,
That's
that
it.
didn't work.
You figured it out.
Twizzler. Yeah, I just, it is also the place that I have 30,000 followers, so I kind of
Right.
feel like, and like I will say this, freaking Twitter basically funded Desi Quest, our Kickstarter.
Right.
It was like half of our, because like you could see the
Where it
the
came
metrics
from,
and where
yeah.
stuff came from, and half of it was from Twitter.
Right.
And probably half of it was from one like by Matt Mercer.
There are many wonderful people I've met, many wonderful interactions that I've had with folks that I don't know if I would meet in person or interact with, just because of like geographically where we're located and stuff. A lot of connections. I would love to maintain those without those folks
Yeah.
getting like harassed in an open forum that was like not really
Yeah.
well regulated and stuff. So I think that it'll be interesting. I'm doing a lot of practiced like listening in this little phase right now where people are like,
Yeah.
what's your opinion? What's your take? What would you do? And I'm like, I'm listening to what everyone is saying right now. Cause this is, again,
That's what-
I'm just a little Frodo and there's mountains moving around me. And I'm just like,
Listen,
okay.
that's what this talk show's about. Just the two of us listening. to other people's. We're just gonna.
Yeah.
It's called the Wait and See podcast. It's called Don't Make Waves.
See how
No,
this, see what
see how
people are
this
saying
shakes
and how
out.
it pans out. Yeah.
See how it shakes out. But man, it is crazy watching it
Wild
happen
out
and, like,
here.
devolve in real time. Like that is. I did not have that on my like post-apocalyptic bingo card or whatever. Watching Twitter dissolve before our very eyes. But here we are. Okay, what else we got? Let's go to the next one, and then we'll check in the chat.
All right, so our next one is a man played dead on TikTok for a year, an entire year on TikTok.
What?
Just playing dead in public spaces, just pretending to be a dead body. And every
okay.
time, like, he's doing this until he gets cast to play a dead body on a show. And he finally has been cast. He's going to appear as a dead body. This is the shot from the show on CSI Vegas. It's a Kentucky man. His name is Josh Nally. What do we think?
Respect the hustle. Respect the hustle.
Let me
man.
tell you what I like about this. Lots of times when there's like a big someone's doing like a promotional thing or a gimmick or whatever, it's ancillary, if anything, to the talent. It's just like a get the attention and then I'll do this. It's not honing the craft. This man, he married the two. Every
yeah.
time he was promoting his brand, he was getting better at his craft. This gentleman has been chiseling away at this exact thing for a year. I can't help but respect that.
His craft being just looking like a corpse is what you're saying. He's like, I can look deader. I can do it. And this is like, I can hold my whole thing with people being dead on screen is like, I always am looking for the breath, right? Like, I'm always looking for the chest lift and being like, damn, that is a long ass shot they held on this person. And that person's chest has not lifted. That is sick. And then, they're still not blue in the face or they're not like messing anything up. I don't know if that's like some serious post work, but hey, congratulations. I respect this hustle. He basically made a career on TikTok out of auditioning for a highly specific role. So kudos to you, sir. And I mean, did he do his own makeup? Did he have like, corpse makeup tutorials? I'm curious about his whole brand. Like, what did he...
I also love that we instantly, this is what happens when you have creatives. We have shut down a lot of logic because now as the story is settling into my brain and things are percolating, I am coming up with questions because we're like, great, get good at acting. Now I'm like, wait a second, actually, did people think they were stumbling across a dead body when they saw him? Because now I'm starting to think about the actual
the moment of people
executions
just, like,
of
dead
this.
Bodies.
Yeah, that's probably not great.
That's a good point, yeah.
Because it's not even at the end of that, it's not even like, gotcha, it's a prank. You've been punked. So anyway, thank you for helping me rehearse.
Oh my gosh, that's so true. So it was just getting like were people just like opening up, the trunk of a car and finding him in there or something like that. I don't know. I'm curious. I guess we'll go to @LivingDeadJosh and on TikTok and see if see what it's all about. Okay, disturbing, but yeah, respect the hustle, and that makeup looks pretty sick, man. So
yeah,
well
he did
done.
spend 5 hours on set on a gurney, but he got very warm. At one point, I asked him if they could take the prosthetics off. He was worried he was going to sweat the prosthetics off because it was so difficult. But did say that full year doing this out in the wild, because he would do stuff outdoors as well, like out in parks and places like that. It did help prepare him for the grueling experience of shooting on set. Didn't take as many takes as it might take your average dead body portrayer to get that scene right.
I wonder if his favorite movie was Stand By Me, and he always
when he was a child, he was like,
when he was a kid, he was like,
I promise you this.
I'm gonna be that dead body that some kid goes, hey, you want to see dead body? And I want to be alive to do it.
Alive
to live my dream.
Whole thing happens, and then those kids start to go down the railroad tracks, having encountered him, and then he kind of, as they cross the horizon, he sits up and goes, got it in one.
Yeah. Like, I wonder when he actually dies, will it be like in his will to be like, how do you want to be buried or whatever? It's like, no, I want to be fat. Like, just put me in Times Square or something.
Right.
He died the same way that he lived by pretending to be dead.
This is the Harry Houdini of our time, really, and we're not paying nearly enough respect to this.
No. That's
incredible.
I think after he dies, they should put him in the Weekend at Bernie's reboot.
Oh,
there it is.
100%. I mean, that's. Oh man, I guess that is the big role, right? A weekend, like if he can get that now while he's still alive and be the corpse of Bernie, I mean, he deserves it. All right, I think we milked a dead horse here as far as we could. What's next?
All right, last one we've got here. Kevin Bacon is finally joining the MCU in the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special.
Oh wow. This ends the 6 degrees to Kevin Bacon, right? Like at this point,
everybody is 1 degree.
Now, if it's like an Avengers film specifically, I don't know what it is, but he also was a terrific villain in X-Men
First Class.
That
Yeah.
was fucking great. But yeah, this would kill 6 degrees. I think that's over now, right?
It is. Yeah. If
Everyone's
I understand.
got 1 degree.
If I understand correctly, Star-Lord quite often says that he is, aspires to interact with Kevin Bacon. So they're like, we'll go get him. And I think that this is going to raise a lot of very interesting questions. It's similar when like Captain America was like, oh yeah, I'm going to catch up on stuff. And you see his notebook in Winter Soldier and one of them is Star Wars. And you are like, is he going to be like, hey, Nick Fury, were you a Jedi? Like, this is going to open up some really interesting caveats.
See, that's the thing. Kevin Bacon is joining the MCU as Kevin Bacon. Like, Kevin Bacon as Kevin Bacon is going to be in the MCU,
and introducing Kevin Bacon as Kevin Bacon. Yeah.
Shut up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, is he? So is it a cameo, or is it like he's playing a full-on character as himself?
He's fully playing himself. So the plot of it is basically Chris Pratt's character is really bummed. And the rest of the crew is trying to like lift his spirits with Christmas time coming up, this Earth holiday.
Oh my god!
And somehow this ties in a meeting with
Sandy, let me ask this: when it's your holiday special in real life, and you're feeling a little low in the winter season, who's a person, historical or not, fictional or not, that we could go fetch for you with the powers of the Marvel budget?
Oh my gosh!
Like, you want to hang out with Sherlock Holmes?
I think it's David Bowie. So if you could resurrect David Bowie or Freddie Mercury.
Ooh, hanging out with Freddie Mercury wouldn't be bad.
Yeah. I guess I'm into, kind of glam rock these days. But those are the first two that came to my head. I think it'd just be super rad to hang out with those artists.
Nice.
But let's see, living actor wise. Oh well, then I would say then this is not living, but I would also say Robin Williams. Who I did get
incredible
to do a show
answer.
Once.
You did?
Yeah, I did. I was on an episode of The Crazy Ones. But I would just pick him again. That was one of the best 4 days shoots I've ever had in my life. Being able to just hang out with Robin Williams was absolutely insane and incredible.
Amazing.
And he's such a loving, was such a loving guy, and yeah. So he's so fucking fun. Like, it was like, I liken it to like just like a jam sesh, a casual jam sesh with like Mozart. Right, like, he's just like tooling on the piano, and you're just hanging out, and then like all of a sudden he'll just go into this amazing riff. That's was Rob Williams. He's hanging out with you. He's like, oh, Sandeep, how was your thing yesterday? You went to this, you had an improv show. How did it go? But like just like chatting and like being a human being, remembers what you said yesterday and talks about it the next day, kind of thing, which I didn't totally expect. And then all of a sudden he'd go into like this Robin Williams riff with 25 jokes in 10 seconds.
Incredible.
And like 17 voices, and you're just like, you're a genius. Like, just, you're a goddamn genius. You're a genie and you're a genius. And it was really the highlight of my career. So yeah, I'll double down on that. That would be my holiday special. So it's all, you'd have to do a lot of resurrection spells for my holidays.
I'll get started on it. All right,
do you have one that comes to mind?
Probably Sonic the Hedgehog.
Okay.
Yeah.
The video game version, or from the movie?
or one of the cartoon series.
No, part of me kind of wants to go with like the first gen Sonic live action film draft, because I think that dude a little short end of the stick. Seems like a great guy. Same personality, just had teeth. A lot of people took issue with that. I don't know. I think it's a society that's something to unpack a little bit.
Or just a real life like hedgehog that like was, people do those like real life renderings of like Homer, like if he was like a real person or something. Like, I want to see that for Sonic. Like, what would like a fucked up, super lean bipedal hedgehog
with shoes,
with shoes and like spiky hair. Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Stuffed to the brim with onion rings.
Indeed. All right, what do we got? Are we?
That's the end of our weird topics. Would you like to move on?
That's the end of weird topics.
Possible challenge.
Check in with chat, and we'll do our final game.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
And we're out. So let's see. Fox News is so weird about insulting Greta Thunberg. She's a teenager, and the host is a middle-aged man. Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Yeah.
Says Nomad the Kid.
Agreed.
Interesting. Yeah. I'm trying to see if there's anything else fun. I had a Halloween Kit Kat that had no wafer in it. It was just chocolate. Damn.
Oh no.
That's brutal. That's brutal. It was just a bar of chocolate.
That's
labeled itself a Kit Kat.
I'm so sorry, but that's the funniest mean thing to happen. Like, because unless your feelings are hurt, in which case I apologize. But like when something mean happens, it's not really funny because it's terrible. That's kind of funny, and I hope that's okay that we get to laugh at that. Because what a twist! What happened
in the factory? Just they ran out of wafer. Oh fuck! We just sent out 500 just bars of chocolate. We gotta do a recall. Nah,
quick, distribute them. Different corners of the earth so they can't meet together and share this story. We can't let them know that this was a huge day for us.
Did somebody else get a Kit Kat that's all wafer?
Good point.
Interesting.
You gotta go find that person. You gotta find the person that got the all wafer Kit Kat.
That's your soulmate out there. They're waiting for you.
That's right. That's your soulmate. Good luck. Good stuff. Okay, Ugly Sonic from Chip and Dale the movie was
yes!
was also thrown out there from Directs too. The good stuff. All the Sonics. There should be a Sonic multiverse. I mean, we're gonna have to get that going, right?
That's not a bad idea. The Sonic Underground theme song is unrivaled. It's so good. It's so
strong. Good. Kevin Bacon should have been in the Doctor Strange and multiverse movie, says Anand Shah. Fair. Okay.
Maybe he was, but we didn't recognize him.
I didn't see it. Oh man.
Doctor Strange. Let me know when you do.
Okay.
Not for any particular reason. It's just we're just starting to stack things that we're gonna check in with each other about. Twizzlers, Doctor Strange.
Yep. I'm far behind in the MCU. All right. Well, that was our topic section. I hope you enjoyed it.
Incredible.
It was so topical. And you too, again, can go on our Discord and post some weird news for us.
Find the weirdest news. Did they thaw out like a old frozen cave person, and did that person come back to life in a weird way? We would love to find out. Let us know.
Did that person end up being Brendan Fraser, and they just were like, fuck it, let's make a movie about it? Like the whole time, maybe he was a caveman. And okay, moving on. He's having his moment again too. So anyway, if you can top guy plays corpse, gets cast in dream role as corpse. Like if you can top that, please hit up our Discord and do so. All right, we're gonna move on to our final segment, which is top 10.
Whoa! Hello, welcome.
This is where we go head to head, and we compete and determine who won. Who is the host and who is the co-host.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's a lot of huge stakes. So we play a game called Top 10. The way it goes is that our lovely writer Diego, he found a top 10 list that's like a sort of statistically accurate top 10 list. We have to guess what is and chat about and make entertaining what is on this top 10 list. We go turn by turn. You get points in order of rank. So you'll get 10 points if you guess number 10, and you get 1 point if you guess number 1. And so the idea is it's like, it's easy to guess like what's the state with the largest land mass. It's easy to guess, Alaska, Texas is the big ones, but what's number 10 is a hard one. And so that's how we're going to win the game. Just a fun little way to close it out. So Delvin, take it away. What's our top 10 list this week?
The top 10 list is actually kind of topical from the earlier discussion with Elon Musk acquiring Twitter for $44 billion. It's sort of bringing the question, who are the top 10 richest people in the world?
Okay.
I
thought it was gonna be like top 10 Twitter subscriber. Okay.
I've been told by our writer Diego to give you one hint off the bat that there are 2 Indians on the list.
Okay. Sandeep, you've been holding out on us.
Right, titled right at the top. Yep.
All right, so we've got to shut off chat here. We can't cheat.
Okay.
I don't like.
Yeah, I can still see chat. So if you want to throw your guesses in chat, I will comment when chat's getting something.
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting.
Yeah. Oh man, I know that they're Indians, and I also know that they're Gujarati because my dad brags about it all the time, and I don't know who they are. Like I fucking 100% don't know who they are.
This is gonna get real interesting. Okay,
so I'm just gonna guess Indian last names at a certain point.
The Patels.
Yeah.
Are we playing Jeopardy rules? You just get the last name, and that's close enough.
Yeah. Because
With those, we might have to.
I mean, I don't know. We'll see.
I just want to lay the
alright.
ground rules clear before we start scoring people points. All right.
Omar, I'm going to let you go first. You're kind of the, it's my channel, so I'll say you're the guest-ish here.
Okay, well let's get one out of the way here. Let's go Bezzy Bezos, Jeff Bezos.
Jeff
it's gonna be
Bezos
one or
is
two. It's gonna be
indeed
like
on the
one,
list.
right?
Uh-huh.
Jeff Bezos is number 4.
Oh, that's
Number
4 points.
4.
That's
Yeah,
4
that's
points
actually
for me.
dang.
Points for Omar.
Can we count cards? Can I keep track of
Wow.
which numbers we hit?
Yeah, oh yeah, you can
Yeah.
definitely.
Wait,
write
what am I
that-
talking?
yeah,
That's
write
not going to
that.
help me at all. It's not like I know like. These are just going to be wild
Dang.
guesses from here on out. Okay.
I thought
There's
he
no
was, like,
strategy
number
for me.
1.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Jeff Bezos, FY, is not one of the 2 Indians on the list.
That makes sense.
Thanks.
Yeah,
I'm
he
gonna
lives in
go-
Washington.
I'm gonna go Rupert Murdoch.
Interesting.
Oh,
Not on the
I'm
list.
sorry, Rupert Murdoch does not
Wow.
make the top 10.
Wow,
Okay.
wow.
Wow,
Okay, in that
dang.
case, I'm gonna guess the Living Koch brother.
Ooh, good one.
Is his last name Koch?
Yeah,
That's what we're going?
COCH, I
Is
think.
somebody with that last name?
Isn't it KOCH?
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
I'm sorry. Also not on the list.
Interesting.
Oh, you didn't even get a sound effect, dude.
I mean, unbelievable
is.
that they're not on the list with the amount of power that they seem to wield.
I'm just gonna try to get some points on the board. Bill Gates.
Bill Gates. Bill Gates is indeed on the list. He is number 5 on the list.
So you just got more points. Oh no, you got fewer points than me.
No, I got more points.
You got more
I
points
get,
because
I
it's
get
number
5
5.
points.
The more
Yeah.
obscure on the list, the more points you get.
Oh, because mine was 4. Oh no. So I need to get
the
the 6.
obvious ones are worthless.
Yeah.
You got to aim for the 9s and 10s.
I mean,
People are just
honestly, I thought
barely
those
eking
were
it
the
out.
2 obvious ones, so I'm like, fuck, how? It's
Okay.
gonna be like,
This is gonna get real spicy. It's gonna get real interesting.
yeah.
Okay. Who?
That's got one of them.
Do I know these people? I guess is the question. Do we know all these people? That's
Like Bob Chapek? I don't. But Bob Chapek is it? Like, because these people work. I
yeah.
feel like it's the people who don't work are the ones that are like the Bruce Waynes of our world. You know what I mean?
right. Yep.
Like it's not going to be Wozniak. Warren Buffett. I'm guessing Warren Buffett.
Warren Buffett is your official guess? Because you threw a lot of names out there, so I want to make clear which one
Yeah.
you're locking in
I'm
on Buffett?
sticking with Warren Buffett.
Okay.
That was gonna be my guess to just
Warren Buffett
Did
is
you hear
indeed
that?
on the list. He's number 6.
Oh,
Wow, well done. Dang. Okay.
All right, Sandy, down by 5.
Oh man.
On the list, you can make up ground.
I'll just say Elon Musk. Just trying to get some points here. What?
Just because you're going for the really obvious one. The number 1 on the list is Elon Musk. You indeed earned yourself a single point for picking up Elon Musk,
Okay.
who was the
He's
basis
number
of having
fucking
this
1
discussion
in the
was
world?
Elon Musk buying Twitter.
I didn't think you'd be number 1 though. Wow. Okay.
But you got to keep in
all
mind,
right.
there's some people who they founded
I
a
thought I was
large
gonna get, like,
company,
3.
but they only own so much of the company. Their personal net worth is only so much.
Yeah. And the thing is, he's not liquid. It's not like that's all like stock and shit,
I mean,
right?
the body is mostly water, but yeah, not liquid.
Cute. Cute. All right.
I mean, like, I'm gonna swing for the fences real quick, and I'll take the L. I'll happily take the L, I suppose. The L being Lucas. George Lucas is my guess.
What? No way.
Lucas is not one of the top 10.
Can't be on the list. I'm like, if Rupert
richest people
Murdoch's
on the
on the
entire
list.
planet. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
Rich in spirit, perhaps.
Rich in spirit.
I guess I'll say Richard Branson. No.
Wow.
Okay. All
It's
right.
going to be a challenging game.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's gone all the way to space? This is
That's a decent strategy, I feel like.
here we
Who
go.
had the money laying around to pay to go to space? Because that's a...
Here we go.
Yeah.
It's not Jimmy Carter. I know that.
Anand's got another one. He is all
We're
over
also,
him.
yeah. Well, Anand's a freaking financial advisor too, so
Yeah, he's just
Whatever,
going through his
man.
contacts list and going like, "Yep, him. No,
Yeah.
no, he recently got divorced. No, him. Okay, him."
Who owns who owns newspapers?
Public Glum,
Is that
yes,
it?
but it actually has already been guessed.
but our newspapers aren't even like that valuable anymore. Are they?
Oh my gosh.
Again, Rupert Murdoch, Fox News. Do you have like the longer list? Do we know like where Rupert Murdoch lands in that? You know what I mean? Do you have like past 10 by any chance or no?
I don't have past 10 right now. I could poke around,
how
but I
about
don't know if
this?
it'll be recent.
How about this? Do you what was the lowest one we got? It was what was the
6.
lowest?
The
ranking one we
lowest on the
got?
list is number 6, which was Warren Buffett.
And do you have the number for Warren Buffett? What he's worth?
Probably somewhere hidden in
The internet does, I bet.
I do.
The internet remembers.
103 billion for Warren Buffett.
Okay. $103 billion.
lot.
Yeah,
That's a
whereas
lot of
Elon Musk
billions.
is 203 billion. So there are 2 Buffetts per Musk. Is the unit
Okay.
conversion.
Got it. Okay,
My
I have an idea. I
goodness.
have an idea.
Okay,
Well,
okay.
I have an idea now. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Oh, you mean
is
you
it-
have
I
a
think it's
a lay of the
I think it's your
land?
turn. Isn't it?
It's my
it's my
turn.
Yeah.
I'll default to you.
Whose turn is it? Whose turn is it?
I'll do a guess, I suppose.
Yeah.
George Lucas was, I think, our last wrong guess.
Oh, okay.
So, it's my turn.
So it
It's my
is
turn?
yours, yeah, because I
Okay,
guessed,
okay.
yeah.
I'm gonna go
Mhm.
with Jeff Bezos' wife, Mackenzie. Right? Mackenzie? Something. Mackenzie. Will you give me that? Jeff Bezos' wife.
Ex-wife,
divorce.
right?
Are we doing? We're doing
Yeah.
a hot swap. You can do first name and
Ex-wife.
somebody with the
Yeah.
first name.
I
At
don't
this
remember
point-
her last name. God, Mackenzie was Bezos.
Okay, I'll give you credit that that's who you're guessing.
Me Bezos.
Not on the list.
Oh, jeez. Because I thought she took half his shit, right? I thought it was a good guess. All right, fine. I don't know many ideas. Okay, I have another guess.
You have another guess.
Yeah, but
okay, I'll say the Walt Disney Estate. Does that count?
Walt Disney's frozen head. Walt
Going the
Disney's frozen
Citizens
head.
United route of corporation as a person.
Yeah. Yeah.
This
yeah,
list
the
is
Mitt
only
Romney defense.
actually like people. We don't have corporations on the list.
Okay.
Otherwise,
Okay.
none of these people would make the list.
I'm trying to think of who
still
runs
winning,
Cisco
so.
Systems.
John Cisco. the artist Cisco, right? Doesn't
The
he
artist
own it?
Cisco.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thongs and Things was the original name of the company. I am. Oh my gosh! I
Jeez.
genuinely might have hit a cap here in terms of me knowing all the rich folks.
You can just describe them and we'll.
I think if you
know.
just looked at chat, you would just read every Anand's answer. I think he's gotten most of the list at this point.
Yeah, let's.
Can't.
Don't
Yeah.
cheat. Can't. That's cheating.
Can't. Yeah.
If you
I'll
won't
say-
cheat, you're not going to be a billionaire. Come on now.
That's a good
Do you wanna-
point.
Do you want to just pass and I'll just guess?
I'll
my own
pass.
guess?
What's your guess? Yeah.
My guess is the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia.
Oh.
I don't know his name, but I'm sure if I heard it, I would know it. Oh wait.
Let me,
It's
let me just check all the
it's
bios
Mohammed.
and see.
Mohammed. It's like Mohammed bin something.
Yeah, very, very clever.
I know what I think it is. I'm not,
You're probably right, but it sounds like you're just generically guessing something.
I'm
that
not
the
trying to
name
be a
is that
dick. I'm
area.
like, I think it is Mohammed bin and then 2 syllables, Sanan or something. I'm gonna look up his name. Okay, Mohammed bin Salman Al Saud.
No, I'm sorry.
No?
It's not on the list.
Oh,
Okay.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh, good one. Yeah, that's right. Zuckerberg, of course. Of course, Zuckerberg's on the.
Oh, actually, Zuckerberg recently has fallen off of the list.
What?
Here's the thing: is anytime
Dude,
I
Meta's
lose,
taking a
I'm not
beating.
upset.
Yeah.
Yeah, February
Man.
of this year is when Mark dropped off the
Okay,
top 10 list. He was
Tim
on there
Apple.
up until February.
Tim Apple.
Tim Apple. No, I'm
Tim Cook. No, he's not. Yeah. It has to be like a founder. Like, who's the founder of Google? What's his name? Gotta search my brain.
Yeah. At a
That's
certain
interesting.
point, I know I'm gonna fold because like rich folks is not an interest of mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I would be like, if it's like top paid actors or whatever, I feel like I would have a stabbing chance. But I don't think that Robert Downey Jr. is one of the richest
do
people
this,
in the
do
world.
This. Guess an Indian last name.
Me? All right, let's
Yeah.
let's roll
Just
with
try to pick off the Indians.
great. Let's do it. Chowdhury.
All right, Patel.
How about Ghosh? Oh wow, that got a
does that
Wilhelm
mean?
scream. That was a little George
That's
Lucas
just
reference
because you're still very wrong.
Gupta.
there. Ooh.
I'll give you a clue. Both of the Indian last names start with an A in the alphabet. that I've
Okay.
written it.
Okay.
Start with letter A. It's not Anwalt, is it? It's not the lumber company in Los Angeles. Yeah, okay.
What do I don't Indian last names are sort of the name. I can't think of any. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna switch gears. I'm gonna go. What about Larry Page? I remember that now.
That is an excellent choice, Sandeep. Larry Page is number 8 on the list.
No.
Yes, come on.
That's a lot of points to stick in there. All right, yeah, 8 points.
You took the
for
lead
Larry
with this.
Page, yeah.
Who's Larry Page?
Founder of Google. I remembered a founder of Google, and I think I know the other one's name too now.
Yeah, Larry Page's
feeling
net worth
good.
is
And I'm gonna guess him
87.8
next.
billion to give you some reference on where we're on the list. So number 8, and we're at 80 odd billion.
Okay, and it's like it's not like Ahmed or something like that. Into the letter A. Akrosh. That's
I'm gonna give you
the movie.
Guess 5 Indian last names. With an A. Go ahead.
Rapid fire. Give me 5.
You get 5. Go ahead. If you get 5, you can look up Indian surnames with big with an A, and then and I'll give you 5 of them. Go.
Just open up the phone book, start on the A's, start going down the list.
They're both A, so I can't be like Banerjee or anything like that.
No.
Both of the Indians that are on the list.
You can do Honorjee.
Last name starts with an A.
Just start hacking away. It's like Nashville to Asheville sort of situation.
Yeah.
Uncler.
And Anand is correct. One of them is number 3 on the list.
Sergey Brin.
Oh my
That is a
gosh.
high value pick. Sergey Brin is number 10 on the list. The highest value we had available.
I don't think I
God for
can catch up.
co-founders.
I don't think I can catch up at this point numerically.
I think it's 27. 27 and a half is technically the.
We got a
number that you can't
9-pointer,
catch up.
we got a 7-pointer, a 3,
But you
and
can
a
just
2 left on the
fold.
board.
Okay.
You got.
No, I'm
you still
doing-
got some. You still
I'm
got some
doing so well with these Desi last names. Why would I ever stop?
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, rip off a few more. I'm gonna do that now.
I'm
'Cause I'm
trying-
out of ideas.
I'm trying to think of Desi last names that start with letter A. I'm going through my friends.
We'll take other hits. We'll take other hints too. We'll take what you got.
All right, I'll give you a hint. On number 2, they're French. Their last name also starts with an A. So come up with any
French.
either
also
Desi or French, starting with an A.
Au pair.
But that did sound quite French, so I mean,
How
partial
about-
credit maybe.
How about Agrawal?
Oh no! If you get this,
Oh, okay, all right. I don't know very many.
I'm gonna.
Okay, if we can't even think of.
Yeah.
I think we're out. Here, here's
Yeah,
just
I might be
just
tapped
look
out.
Up a list of how last names with A.
Okay, here. So I'm emotionally. If I get this, I will not have one. But
Okay.
logically, here we go. Desi surnames, and here we go.
How about this? How would I go through? I'll give you the company that the remaining people are known for.
Oh, okay, great.
Oh,
And I'll give them all,
okay.
so it's not an advantage to whoever's turn it is now. Sound good?
Okay.
That's-
I'm
it's
gonna close that
Omar's
because it
turn, I
actually.
think so, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
so yeah,
Omar's
let's.
turn, but I'm just gonna give them all now, so it's not an advantage to whoever's turn it is. Instead of
Okay, got it. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
So
Love
number
it.
2, CEO and chair of
Mhm.
LVMH.
Of course.
LVMH.
Of course.
fuck do they
My favorite
make?
hockey
Louis
team.
Vuitton,
Yeah.
Moet,
Oh, Louis
Hennessy.
Vuitton. Oh,
Mhm,
okay.
mhm, mhm. I shop at Ross, so let's go. Great.
Yeah,
Number
that's it.
3 is founder of the Blank Group. Blank is
Oh, great.
the name.
What?
Great. This has been so
Are we being
illuminating.
punked? The Blank Group. Get the fuck out of here.
7
Okay.
is co-founder, chair, and CTO of Oracle.
Oh
Okay.
no, I should know this.
Yeah, I should know that
And number
too.
9 is the owner of Reliance Industry.
Reliance
Oh, man.
Industries.
No idea.
Hey, props to
don't
Oracle for
recognize.
having like an interesting company name.
Oracle.
Compared to
Fuck, Oracle.
Compared to the
Hey,
something group.
blank. Um,
Oracle's one. Isn't Oracle the Indian guy?
Oracle's one of the Desis
Right? I don't know.
for sure. I'm gonna put double or nothing on that.
Yep. I think he is too. Got any ideas? This doesn't help me at all. Except for
Yeah.
I think somewhere in the depths of my brain I should know who the Oracle guy is.
Same here. So it's insult to injury as a Silicon Valley brat that I can't remember. My dad, if I tell him about this, will be so upset that the Steelers lost.
Is the Oracle guy Indian? I don't know.
Aguar? I'm pulling at nothing here because also it's hard for me to pull up surnames right now.
We're
My
might be close
computer-
to time here on this one. You want me to give you first names of the people? That's
Sure.
what you got to come up as the last name. Is that?
Okay.
Maybe
Yeah,
let's
well,
try it. Let's try it. Let's
It
try
may
it.
just be you haven't heard of any of these names and it doesn't help you whatsoever. But
Just
We
try it
have to
anyway.
get the
Go for
Oracle
it.
guy at the
Let's
very
try
least.
this.
Let's
Okay,
do it.
so
We're
go
coming
down
up
the
on time.
list.
We got to try it. We got to
Number
try
2,
it. Go.
which you already know is French. His first
First
name is
name?
Bernard, which I didn't use with a
Bernard?
French accent because I'll say it wrong.
Bernard.
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 Well, it starts with letter A.
Bernard.
And the last name does start with an A. Yeah, you know.
Bernard.
That's it.
Am I
Yeah.
doing that right?
It's a very good French accent.
The reason I was not going to say it with an accent is because I'm not going to use accent for any of these, so that you don't get any
Bernard.
like advantage like where this name might be from, and that also excuses me for
Bernard.
pronouncing it wrong. Gautam, be number 3.
Oh, Gautam. Yeah. Okay.
That's from the
That's
blank
the Indian.
group.
That's the blank group. Okay.
Okay,
Got it.
number 7, Larry,
Mhm. Oracle. No. Okay. So if I did it wrong.
and not Larry Page
I-
because you've already guessed Larry Page, but
Yeah, I
there's
know.
another Larry
I
on the
know
list,
who
number
Larry
7.
is. I
And
think I know
number
who
do?
Larry
9
is.
is Mukesh.
Yeah, I know who Larry is. I think. Duh. Okay.
Go for it then. You have it. Let's put some points on the board. I don't care
Larry-
which of the two of us it is.
Ellison is a rich person.
That is correct. Larry Ellison is number 7 on the list.
And does that get you past the 27 point?
It
Yeah.
does.
So
It
now
That
it's.
does get you past the breaking point. So
I'll
Pays
do
to
one
be
last
Alex P.
guess.
Keaton's younger brother.
I'll do one last guess for Bernard. À Paris.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay. All
No?
right. Who
I
was
tried. All right, who is that?
Number
looking it up
2 is
now.
Bernard
it?
Arnault.
Arnault.
Right, because in French you don't say any ending consonants.
You don't say
Arnault.
Arnault.
Arnault. You
Arnault?
just have a hint. There might be.
I was
something
close.
after that.
And Gautam Adani. I'm looking it up now.
That is correct. Yeah, Gautam Adani of
Mhm.
Adani
And
Group.
then-
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I can't really
okay.
give you the group name or that.
Oh,
that
that's
one's
why you
kinda
said
over.
blank group. Got
Oh,
it.
it's
Okay.
blank
I said-
group. Like
I
fill
specifically
in the
yeah,
group.
blank group, blank being their last
Okay.
name. Yeah, that's why.
Got
I
it,
can't
got it,
say their
got it.
last name or that's over.
Oh, you did say that. You just have to remember, Delvin. I only listen to the first like 3 words of things you say.
That
And
was
then
a
I check.
strategy. I was kind of rooting for Omar, so I put all the important information after the 3 words to help.
Good move. Good move.
And number 9 would be Mukesh Ambani.
Got it.
Bunny.
Well,
yeah,
good
that's
list,
those
Diego.
Desi, A last names. They're out there.
The blank group does
Alright.
exist, I will say. It's a collaboration with Municipal Golf, Joy of Putting. Okay.
And they are the 12th richest people in the world. Can you believe that?
$1 billion industry. Pairing with a
Hey.
golf company.
All right,
Hey.
so that settles it.
Coming
Sandy
to a
wins.
close.